Oh, it is good to be home, Kev. Long ass flight, but it's good to be home, and it would really mean a lot to me if you could get some big points this weekend. I know you will, mate. I know you will. You always do. Now, where's Mick with our luggage? Mick, hurry up, will you, mate? I'm tired. Hey guys, I'm Aussie Villain and welcome back to F1 Manager. We are kicking Haas with Haas in Melbourne this race weekend, and well, I am very much looking forward to what is my home Grand Prix, if not the drivers. Now, of course, we have just finished last episode the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. Didn't go great. We ended up 11th, didn't we, with K-Mag, which could have been better, but you know, them's the breaks. Doesn't always work for us, does it? Now, if we go and have a look here at drivers, I do believe we have some attributes we can upgrade. So Mick Schumacher has a development point. The lowest thing he has is defending his position. I wonder if that is the most important thing. I mean, typically he's going to be at the back. You just got to defend for Williams, mate. It should be okay for you. I wonder if what we actually might want is overtaking or racecraft or adaptability. Sorry. You know what? Let's just go defending. It doesn't matter. He's not going to be with us next year, is he? So it doesn't really matter what his attributes are. K-Mag has a development point. Now, defending for him could be useful, actually, because, you know, he does typically have some points to defend. And does Logan Sargent have a development point? Not yet. So I think this is actually probably a good opportunity to have a look at him and see where he is short. For being a Formula 1 driver. Smoothness is definitely, that's to do with tyre wear, so that is definitely something that he'll need to improve. Adaptability, so basically if it rains, he's not going to be quite there for us. Overtaking and defending, just general racecraft is not quite there for him, is it? Otherwise, I mean, braking reactions is not too bad. Cornering is another thing that he could need to improve. So he's not quite there yet, but you know, we'll try and hopefully get him developed as quickly as possible, and we'll go from there. Now, the car. Is there anything here that is ready to go yet? If we go and have a quick update here of our current projects, no is the short answer. We might have some suspension pieces ready to go in a day, so that might improve the car for us a little bit, but we're still working on designing an underfloor and a front wing to hopefully improve the car where it's a little bit lacking just now. So let's go and play through here and see what we get. So construction complete on a race simulator. Now that should help us with developing drivers. If we go here, we can see that weekly experience gained for the drivers is plus 20%. I actually think we've got 16 million in the bank, that it might be worth upgrading that again. So let's do that. And the other thing I think it might be worth doing is this team hub to help the staff improve. So let's do that as well, because we are trying to build long term here as well. You know, we need to get all these things going. Now, there was actually discussions being had if it was worth paying the 6 million to get rid of Mick. What is it now? The Costa Breakies contract is nothing. All right, in the comments, I'm almost positive I know what the answer is going to be. It's 200 grand, and we could get Logan Sargent in now. And then we could get another reserve driver in. Now, do we have a reserve driver ready to go? Now, the only driver we could get in as a reserve driver, I believe, would be Manuel Correa. So, if we give him, we've got a scout available. If we give him a scout and see what sort of development we get, I mean, 22 is not old, is it? But compared to other young drivers, it is. So, yeah, let me know what you think. Yeah, because we can't, till they're 18, we can't sign them. So that's the question for the class, I suppose. It's cheap, isn't it? It's cheap to break his contract. That is an absolute pittance. What's K-Mag to break his? He is for 6 million. So that's where we've got that figure from. Yeah, but anyway, there we go. Let me know what you think of that. And like I say, hopefully with the upgrading of the stuff of that race facility, it'll help us. Now we've got a board check-in here. It's good results in the next 4 months. Anyway, that's fine. They're satisfied right now. The financial report, we can see there we've got 18, almost 19 million. So that is fine. Monthly car development report. Now we might need to take a little bit of time to look at this, and we can see where we rank. And we're midfield, aren't we? lower midfield in some cases, and high speed. High speed corners is the big weakness for us, and top speed as well. So that's going to hurt us in a number of places, but maybe not in Melbourne as much. Now, we've got Jack Crawford has been properly scouted now. Let's go and have a look at his profile and see what we have. So he's open to negotiations, though obviously he can't race for us just yet. And does it tell us what is his ability to improve? So he's got high growth potential as well. So I think in 2 years' time, we're probably looking at Jack Crawford coming in, aren't we? It's not much of a buyout, so that's fine. He would want to come to us in any case. So I think we pencil him in 2 years, reserve driver. That's probably going to happen. I think we could say that's just about right. And we've got a preview here for the Australian Grand Prix as well. Now, we did have some manufacturing stuff that was finished. Let's go and have a look at what that is. That was suspension, wasn't it? So if we can change that to on car... So on this one, if we put on car 1 as well, which is Mick, because that should be a little bit better. So that will hopefully help Mick a little bit. And continue on again. We're getting towards the race Grand Prix now. That's probably what we just did, is it not? Yeah, so we have that on both cars now, so that's fine. All right, so we want to go back to the inbox here. We have the suspension manufacturer, which I think I just got there before the email did. That's all that was. So yeah, let's see how that goes for us. But race weekend is upon us. It is time for the Australian Grand Prix. So let's go to race prep and see now, do we have a race forecast? So the weather is expected to be dry. Circuit review here, we can see that the sectors there, red, green, blue, and yellow for your three sectors. Sections by speed, not much red there, is there? So not many low speed corners slash traction zones. But it does say that it's recommended for the circuit to have good low-speed cornering, and high-speed cornering is crucial, which we don't have. So we're not going to be super competitive, but hopefully with K-Mag will be enough to get the job done. And it looks as though a one-stop is going to be the way to go again here. So let's go and have a look at our performance targets. Reach Q2. That's something that I think we should be able to do. Qualifying position with 12th. Yeah, let's go. K-Mag's typically been in the top 12, hasn't he? And reach Q3 with at least one driver. Let's not push ourselves too far there. Fastest lap is unlikely, and a finish of 12th to get some money. And qualifying hot streaks and a finishing hot streak. Well, qualifying, we've just got to get inside the top 14. And the race is again top 14. I'd like to think we'll be able to do that here as well. So let's go off and we'll get to Melbourne first, and we can see the forecast for the weekend is essentially dry, partly cloudy, but not much chance of rain. Now, of course, FP1 means Logan Sargent comes in. Will he be a starting driver in the near future? That might well be the case. Let's have a quick look at what sort of setup we want, and we'll just sort of copy it over to K-Mag as well. It's try and aim roughly for the middle. So let's go something like that. And yeah, I will see you out on track. Alright, so here come the Haasers. Wonderful stuff. Sargent leading the way. And yeah, well, we'll see what we can do here in Melbourne. Now, while we're watching the cars just come out and go around in formation there, I've got a temporary schedule for the series, and that is going to be Tuesdays and Thursdays. We're going to do a whole race weekend in a day, but split over 2 episodes. So we'll do, obviously you're watching the free practice now, and then about half an hour or so later, there'll be a link at the end of the video. Click on that and it will take you through to the race. I don't release them both at exactly the same time, but we'll try and do about half an hour. So by the time you finish watching this one through, the race will be there for you to go on. But then it's not quite, you can kind of watch one if you want to come back and watch the race later or whatever, then you have that option as well. So that's the temporary schedule. We'll see how it works. Let me know any feedback you have as always, and yeah, we'll just kind of see what works out in the end. But anyway, let's let Logan Sargent get to work here, and we'll be back for an update. Okay, so K-Mag has just come back in, and he's not particularly thrilled with how the car is working for him. So traction seems to be a big problem. So we can fix that for him. And the straights as well. Does he want it? I mean, we're basically straight back down the middle now, aren't we? But let's send him back out with that and see how it goes. And Logan Sargent has just come back in, and he sort of has similar-ish feedback. In fact, he says the car is even worse. So we'll try and fix this as much as possible. And again, we'll send him back out and see how we go. Alright, so right now we're running around. We're just waiting on the feedback after the changes we just made. But Sargent, we can see here, he's about 2/10 off of Magnussen, which isn't bad, you know, over a sort of one-lap pace. The issue, obviously, as we've just seen from his attributes, is just generally, you know, the racing is going to be maybe an issue for him if he was to take a race seat. But he's definitely got the pace to be in Formula 1, so let's hope that that continues to develop. Alright, so K-Mag has come in again. Let's see how we've done. Still, the traction is not great, so let's try that. And can we get braking stability back a little bit to where it was? All right, so let's try that. Let's see how that goes. We won't get an answer this session, though, I don't think. We're running out of time. He probably won't get back out, to be honest. So FP1 has come to an end. Now, I don't want to get too concerned about times, but we are only ahead of the Williams and the Aston Martins. But in the end, Logan Sargent, albeit on a soft tyre, got very, very close to K-Mag, so that's promising. And if you have a look at how everything did here, he got his 500 development points, which is good, and a setup confidence of 88. So he's done a lot of good work on that front for Mick Schumacher as well. Obviously, K-Mag is still we're still working on that for him. So let's go do FP2. Alright, so K-Mag has come back in, and let's have a look at how we've done. So we are slowly, aren't we, getting towards a setup here that looks like it's going to work for everybody. Cornering, he liked that. That was optimal, so let's do that. That might work, you know. Let's send him back out. Okay, so Mick has come in, and that is driver setup, so that's worse than what we've gone backwards. Excellent. Alright, what did we do? Let's go back to the highest setup there. And so do we need to go the other way on cornering and oversteer and then just bring braking stability back to optimal? All right, well, let's try that then, Mick. You're being difficult. All right, so FP2 has now come to a finish, and Magnussen sitting there in 11th is very nice indeed. Mick, not too bad in 16th. He's ahead of, again, the Aston Martins and the Williams, so I guess that's progress. And if you have a look here, 90% setup confidence from K-Mag, so that's good. Still trying to find something there for Mick. We've got still one free practice session to go, so let's hope we find it there. Alright, so Mick has come back in, and 93% he likes his setup now, so that is good. The thing is, do we just go a little bit of fine-tuning here? Maybe we could just tweak things a little bit, and if that's too much. And then if it works out, great, and if it doesn't, then we can just go back to his most preferred setup. So we'll do that. We'll send him back out. Alright, and K-Mag has come back in, and 98%. Absolutely nailed. We're not going to do too much better than that. Do we try and risk it? Do we try for a little tweak? I don't think we do we? We're just going to say 98% is pretty goddamn good, and we'll send him out on a set of soft tyres so he can do a little bit of quali prep. Alright, so the little tweak on Mick hasn't worked, so we'll revert back to the 93, and we'll just send him back out. He should be fine, though, because that's his setup that he knows, is it not? Anyway, so we're just coming to the end of FP3 now. We've got K-Mag up there in 13th, very much within a tenth of 10th, and we've got Mick down there in P16, struggling a little bit more, but hopefully with the setup that he likes, he'll do a little bit better maybe in qualifying. But he's a fair ways off, isn't he? 3/10 back of Magnussen in that cluster there, sort of battling away for 10th. So it's looking as though we're going to be fighting for that single point again, doesn't it? So there we go, FP3 is now done as well. K-Mag in 13th, Mick Schumacher in 16th, but perhaps most importantly, setups that the drivers seem, for the most part, to be happy with. All right, that means it is time for qualifying. So everybody is set up here. Obviously, we're going to go out on softs. Okay, so we're just going to pause here. We're getting ready for the final run in Q1. Now, we've obviously done a lap already. Magnussen P8 is probably safe. We've got Mick in 12th. Now, if we look at those behind him, Verstappen will probably go quicker. And do we trust everybody else there? No, there's potential for cars to go quicker. You look, Bottas is quicker, so his teammate potentially will be. Other McLaren's going to struggle here. That's potentially an issue. But everybody's coming out, so we will join them on the track. Are we going to be the last two cars out, which wouldn't be the worst thing? We are. As long as we get around to do our lap, which we should do, then we'll know with Mick, you know, whether he's going to get there or not. K-Mag should be safe. I'd be shocked if K-Mag... I've missed it there. What am I doing? This one. Alright, so we've missed the first quarter of the lap. But let's see what Mick can do. Has he got a green first sector? It's coming up just here somewhere. And Mick is not... He's doing a personal best. K-Mag has done a personal best. But that doesn't really help us. Albon has finished qualifying. He is already... So he's behind us. So Mick has seen that challenge off. Verstappen surely will be going ahead of us. What happened? Ricciardo and Norris have both, so we're in trouble. Can we get the sectors up? Mick has done a green. But there's a lot of green behind us as well. Verstappen surely will go ahead of us, which will put us at that at-risk spot. It's going to be Guan Yu Zhou, isn't it? Can he stay ahead of Guan Yu Zhou and get himself out of Q1 for the first time? Or is he going to find himself 16th on the grid yet again? Zhou has not crossed the line yet. He's probably the car in front of us. Zhou has now gone ahead of us. Can he do it? Can he do it? Oh, K-Mag goes 12th, but Mick is out again. So Mick Schumacher again failing to get out of Q1. 16th is where he will start. What was the gap? It was 2/10. So he was not really, he was close, but not close enough, was he? So there we go. That'll be Mick Schumacher's starting position. Let's focus on K-Mag now in Q2. Right, I just realized I had left the camera over Mick Schumacher, so you probably didn't see anything in Q1. But here we go, K-Mag, we've done a lap on used tyres. He is currently a smidge outside the top 10, behind both the Alphas, and just a smidge ahead of Ricciardo and Norris, who potentially can go faster, and Tsunoda potentially could go faster as well, because Gasly is currently in the top 10. So we need a good lap from K-Mag. He's got a brand new set of tyres on now, so that should make him go faster just naturally. If he does the same lap on the fresher tyres, obviously more grip, he should be able to go faster. Let's see what we've done in Sector 1. Has he gone green? He has. Again, let's bring up these sector times. We're second on the road behind Leclerc, I think it is. You can kind of see up there on the mini-map. Now, I'm not quite sure exactly where Sector 2 ends. I think it's coming down, not into this high-speed chicane, but the next corner is the end of Sector 2. Just here somewhere, I think, and we've gone green again. So we're going to do, in all likelihood, a faster lap. What we don't know is how much faster it's going to be and if it's going to be fast enough. Ricciardo behind us has done a green first sector, as has Norris. Tsunoda has not. And the two Alphas have done green first and second sectors as well. Leclerc looks as though he's going to improve on his fastest time overall, but let's see what K-Mag has done here. And then it is just a nervous wait to see if it's enough. So K-Mag, is he going inside the top 10? He is. He is 10th. That's not going to be enough though, is it? Guan Yu Zhou has bumped him. So we're going to be going out. It's the matter now of where. Bottas has beaten him. Are the McLaren's going to beat us as well? And are we going to find ourselves... I mean, Tsunoda's done a green sector there as well. Let's go and have a look at Denny Rick. What's he doing? Denny Rick doesn't beat us. Norris does beat us, and Tsunoda stays there. So it's P13 for K-Mag. So Q2 elimination for Kevin Magnussen, which means it'll be a 13th place start for K-Mag. It'll be a 16th place start for Mick Schumacher. And we are expecting a race to be partly cloudy. Now, strategy-wise, what are we going to do? We'll figure that out next episode. So if you just want to click the link up there, we will get to the race. As soon as you click the link, we'll be there. And let's see if we can score points in Australia. K-Mag's our best chance. We're going to have to one stop and then maybe hope for a safety car. I don't know. See you for the race.